Hello, it's me again, Pockets. I'm here to do a N64 pickup video. Just some stuff that I've picked up over the course of the last few weeks, online and offline. I may have cheated a little bit and did some online shopping, but yeah. Um, let's see how this goes, shall we? So first things first, I picked up a boxed N64. This cost me a grand total of £40 with a few games. It's pretty cool. It doesn't come with the RF, the aerial switch box, the RF cable, and the aerial extension cable. Didn't come with that, unfortunately. It actually came with a composite and stereo audio cable, which which means it's not one of the original parts to the unit, but I'm quite happy with it. With the box is in immaculate condition. It's really good. It's one of the later models by the looks of things, so it's got stuff like Diddy Kong Racing advertised on here, which was a later title. Didn't come out for a wee bit. So let's take a look inside, shall we? Here we have the unit itself. We've got the N64, which is in pretty good nick. It's got a few scuffs and scratches. It's got some sort of like spray scuffy sort of thing happening to it. Everything looks fine. It's got the jumper pack as well, which is good. I do have an expansion pack I'll be putting in there. It came with original controller. A common fault with these controllers is that the joystick in the center becomes loose, and you'll find that usually happens with people who owned Pokemon Stadium or Mario Party, games that involved you to do this repeatedly. This is actually perfect. This is in really good condition. It's not that wobbly at all. In fact, I would say that that's pretty much just the same amount of wobble as it had when it first came out. Yeah, the controller's like new. Really, it's clean. There's no marks on it in comparison to my other controller. This is immaculate. This is really beautiful. It also came with all the gubbins inside. We've got the the instruction manual, instruction booklet. It says there. We got the license agreement, repair service, plus your chance to win some software, probably expired by now. A Game Boy poster, which I thought was pretty sweet. It's this guy here. I'm probably going to keep this in the box. I would like to put it up. And well, actually, it's a Game Boy and N64 poster. Back when the Game Boy Pocket was all they had, they didn't even have the Game Boy Color out yet, which that's pretty cool to look at, actually. Yeah, so that's that. It came with this. This isn't an official piece of kit by Nintendo. It doesn't have any Nintendo logos on it anywhere, which means it's third party. I would have liked to have the RF cable and the RF switch box, but this is substantially better video quality and easier for me to capture using my capture card, because I'm going to be doing some N64 reviews as well. That's cool. And then we got power supply with the power brick, which I'm not going to even bother taking out. Cool, so that's that. And with that, I got a whole heap of games. I got some crappy games, really crappy games. I got World Cup 98. I got this included with the bundle, included with the N64, and that came boxed with manual, but unfortunately no inlay, no tray. I got International Superstar Soccer, which has been drawn on by some idiot. I despise football games, and I own lots, so because they're really easy to find. And that also came with a bundle. That's actually boxed and complete. I've got this FIFA 99. It's kind of falling apart quite a lot. This came boxed with manual, but no, again, in fact no, it's just boxed. There's not even a manual. Yeah. no tray for that either. That came with a bundle too. And I also got this with it, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I already have a copy of this. This is in pretty much identical condition to it, except that it's got a bit of cardboard missing up here, obviously where a price sticker was at some point. I'm probably either going to sell this on or swap it. If anybody's got any boxed N64 stuff they want to swap, I'd be more than happy to swap this for something. Yep, got that with it. And what else I got with it? I got a Rumble Pack, a Blaze green Rumble Pack, the Blaze Jolt apparently. What's it called? The N64 Jolt Pack. On the back it's actually got written Mission Impossible Limited Edition Jolt Pack. I'm not too sure if that means anything, if it means it's more valuable or what, but I don't know. I've yet to test any of this stuff out, just to let you know. I'm not sure if any of it works yet, but we'll give it a go at some point. And the last thing I got with that bundle is a game that I've been after for quite a bit. I wanted it in the box with all the bits and pieces, mainly because it's an epic box. It's like half the size of a Nintendo 64 box. But I got Lylat Wars box to complete with Rumble Pack. The box has seen better days. It's got a big dent in it in here, and it's got a big chip out the corner up here. But it's all there, and I'm really happy with that. I'd rather have a boxed and complete version with a few scuffs than have a boxed and non-complete version with no scuffs. And it's got a sticker on it here. Don't know if you can make that out. It says pre-owned $44.99. God, if this was pre-owned $44.99, I wonder how much it cost new. I do remember at one point though I traded in my copy of Wave Race for this game, when it was new, and I could just swap the game and that was it. It was mine. So yeah, that's that. So I picked all that up in the bundle. All in for everything I've showed you so far, I paid £40 for this whole lot. £40. Now I know that the boxed N64s tend to go between 25 and 35, so I kind of thought I'll bite the bullet and go all out and get a whole heap of games with it for 40. It was a buy it now. So I know that I probably, like, if I was to wait and bid on something similar, I would have got a better deal, but I'm happy with the big box Lylat Wars. I'm not going to have to get that separately, which is good. Okay, so I also picked up 1080 Snowboarding for £4 online. It's the Player's Choice edition. As I said before, I want to get. My aim is to get every single PAL UK release N64 game. N64 title, not necessarily any particular version of the game. I would rather go for the name rather than the version of the game. I mean, some elitists would probably go, "Oh, I want the original. I don't care. I just want the game." So, yeah, that's my that's that. So I got 1080. I remember playing this. I remember renting it from Movie Express in Bonnyrigg. It was a pretty sweet game. Yeah, it's just as good as I remember it, really. And yeah, that's that. And I also picked up. Okay, these aren't really N64 related, but I picked them up anyway because I thought they were pretty cool. A Supersonic Gold plug and play for £1 at a car boot sale. Came with batteries and everything that are probably worth more than the £1 I spent. It's a third-party product, I think, which is Radica, or whatever the hell that is. It's kind of like a weird, deformed Mega Drive / Genesis controller. It's got a circular Sonic in the front that looks like the old school Sonic, but slightly deformed. I don't know if you can see that, but on the back, it's got a battery compartment here, and the handles. I was thinking this would be really good to turn into a handheld device or something, because it's got the battery pack, and all you need to do is add a screen to it, and there's plenty of plenty of extra space to clamp a screen onto, but that just plugs into composite video cable and mono audio cable. There's one thing I have noticed about this when I played it is the sound doesn't sound the same as a Genesis. The picture looks fine. The frame rate is probably better than a Genesis, but than a Mega Drive, but the actual sound doesn't sound anything like the games that I remember as a kid. It sounds a bit clunky and a bit. I don't know, when you collect a ring, it's really loud, but the music's really quiet in the background. So all you're really hearing is the sound effects, and the music is so quiet you can barely hear it. So yeah, I picked that up. I'm probably either going to turn that into a handheld, swap it, or give it to someone because it was only £1. And the last thing I picked up was this boxed Dreamcast controller. Now I don't collect for the Dreamcast, as you already know, but I needed a second Dreamcast controller, and I was in a local game shop, and the guy in there gave me a good deal on it. I can't quite remember what I paid for it, but I do know it was really cheap. So it came with a controller in its wee baggie, and it also came with a controller instruction manual. So what I was planning on doing was keeping the controller, putting the baggie and the instruction manual back in the box, and then swapping this with the Dreamcast collector for a couple of games, or a game or a peripheral for the N64 if I ever came across someone who collected Dreamcast. I also picked up these things. They're not worth anything, but they kind of remind me of my childhood. I picked up N64 magazine game guides, double game guides. Got Pokemon Snap and Turok still in the cellophane packet here. I've got Jet Force Gemini, Super Smash Brothers, which is also cool. Forsaken and Mystical Ninja, as well. That's another one. F1 World Grand Prix and 1080 Snowboarding. And I also picked this up, but it's not an N64 magazine. It's a Mission Impossible, the official guide, which I don't know where this came from. Future Publishing, it says here. It may have come with Nintendo official magazine, I'm not sure. These guides here came with an unofficial Nintendo 64 magazine. These guides were, I can remember the unofficial Nintendo magazine being a lot better written than the official Nintendo magazine, because Nintendo official magazine, otherwise known as NOM at the time, before Nom Nom even existed, the Nom at the time was a bit, I don't know, they were shockingly bad with their writing until they eventually went under and got bought over by another company and are what they are now, which is a really good magazine. But N64 magazine was definitely the better of the three, I think there were at the time. I've also got one more piece of thing to show you, and then that'll be it. Last but not least, I completely forgot I picked this up in between videos. But I got this for £7, boxed and complete. The box is in perfect condition. The game is amazing. I paid £7. Jet Force Gemini by Rare. Fantastic game. I've yet to try the multiplayer. I've heard it's pretty good. I'm not very far in this. Hopefully this game guide here will give me a hand with that. But yeah, £7 all in. And that is my haul for the last 2 weeks.